Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so you sent over this script from Courtside Chronicles. It covers that Orlando Magic versus Atlanta Hawks play-in game.
That's the one.
And our mission here is pretty clear. Pull out the key insights, figure out what really mattered and why it's significant.
Absolutely. I mean, talk about high stakes. Winner gets into the playoffs. Loser's season is just over.
Right. And this script, it really seems to zoom in on one player in particular, Cole Anthony.
He's definitely the central figure in their analysis. His performance was, well, pivotal.
Yeah, the script notes his stats: 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, which are, solid numbers.
Solid, yeah. But the script argues, and I think rightly so, that his actual impact was much bigger than just those stats suggest.
How so? What did the script emphasize?
It was the timing, the clutch plays. When Atlanta started making a run, threatening to take control, Anthony would hit a big three or get a key basket inside.
Yeah.
He just kept answering them. He was like this steadying hand for Orlando when things got shaky.
Okay. So, momentum plays.
Exactly. And it wasn't just offense. This script made sure to mention his defense, too.
On Trae Young.
Yeah, trying to disrupt his rhythm, make things tougher for him. That kind of two-way contribution in a do-or-die game, that's huge.
And there was that quote in the script from Paolo Banchero, right, that really stood out.
Oh, yeah. Calling Anthony the heart of our second unit.
And saying, we don't win this game without Cole. I mean, coming from the team's star player?
It speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Shows his influence goes way beyond just scoring. It's about energy, leadership off the bench.
So, the immediate outcome, laid out in the script, Magic win, they lock up the 7th seed in the East.
Yep. A massive achievement for that team. Gets them into the actual playoff bracket.
Which means a first-round date with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the Courtside Chronicles script pointed out the season series was split 2-2.
Right. Which hints that this could actually be a pretty close competitive series. Not a walkover for Cleveland.
So could Anthony be that wild card? The X factor off the bench, the script suggests he might be.
It's definitely what the script is pointing towards. After seeing him step up against the Hawks, bringing that energy. Yeah, you could absolutely see him swing in a game, maybe even 2, in that Cavs series. He gives them a different dimension.
Makes sense.
But then you look at the other side. The Hawks. Season done.
Yeah, a real downer for them. Even with Trae Young scoring 30, like the script mentioned.
Wasn't enough in the end. And the script seemed to suggest their defense was, well, a bit leaky, a contributing factor to the loss.
And it hinted at big off-season questions for Atlanta?
Yeah, feels like they might be heading towards some significant decisions this summer. Lots to figure out there.
Now, let's circle back to Cole Anthony for a second. The script also touched on his journey this season.
Oh yeah, that's a key part of the narrative they built. It wasn't a straight line for him.
He lost his starting job earlier in the season, didn't he?
He did, and that can be tough for a player. But the script really highlights how he adapted, how he embraced that sixth-man role.
And kind of excelled at it.
Totally. That adaptability, that willingness to do what the team needed. The script frames it almost like a redemption arc.
Yeah, shows perseverance. And it paid off.
Big time. Because, as the script points out, his performance is a huge reason why the Magic are back in the playoffs for the first time in, a few years now.
Right. So if we boil it down, the main takeaway from the Courtside Chronicles script is really Cole Anthony's huge impact in that crucial game. He basically willed them into the playoffs.
I think that's fair. He was the difference maker when it mattered most. And like we touched on, that impact could carry over against the Cavs. Makes Orlando potentially dangerous.
A team maybe people shouldn't sleep on.
Exactly. While the Hawks are, left picking up the pieces and facing an uncertain future, quite the contrast.
Definitely. So thinking about Anthony's story, losing the starting role, thriving off the bench, then that game, it kind of makes you pause and think, doesn't it? In these really high-pressure moments, how much does that player adaptability matter? And, how important are those contributions from guys not in the starting 5? Really makes you consider the true value of a deep bench.